In the quiet town of Frederick, Colorado, a story unfolded that would leave the world in shock and sorrow. It's the story of Shanann Watts, a devoted mother, a loving wife, and a woman full of dreams, and her two precious daughters, Bella and Celeste. Their lives were filled with love, laughter, and hope. But their story took a tragic turn that no one could have imagined. Shanann Watts was a woman who radiated positivity. She was a proud mother to her two little girls, Bella, who was 4 years old, and Celeste, who was just 3. Shanann was also a successful businesswoman, working with a health and wellness company, and she often shared her journey as a mother and entrepreneur on social media. To those who followed her, she appeared to have it all: a beautiful family, a loving husband, and a bright future ahead. Her husband, Chris Watts, seemed to be the perfect partner. The couple had been married for 6 years, and together, they built a life that many would envy. But as we've come to learn, sometimes the surface of a story doesn't reveal the struggles beneath. In August 2018, everything changed. Shanann, who was 15 weeks pregnant with their 3rd child, returned home from a business trip. The next morning, she and her daughters were reported missing by a close friend. The friend grew concerned when Shanann didn't show up for a doctor's appointment and couldn't be reached. The police were called, and the search for Shanann, Bella, and Celeste began. As the investigation unfolded, the spotlight turned to Chris Watts. In a now famous news interview, he pleaded for the safe return of his family, but his demeanor raised questions. His emotional distance and inconsistent statements didn't sit well with the public or the authorities. Slowly, the truth began to emerge, and it was more devastating than anyone could have imagined. Tragically, it was discovered that Shanann and her daughters had been killed. Chris Watts eventually confessed to the unthinkable. He had taken the lives of his pregnant wife and their 2 young children. The details of his confession were chilling, leaving the world in disbelief. How could someone who appeared to be a loving husband and father commit such a horrific act? As the case unfolded, it was revealed that Chris had been having an affair. His relationship with another woman had created tension in his marriage, and it seemed to be a driving force behind the tragedy. The betrayal and loss of trust added another layer of heartbreak to an already devastating story.